know that you can tap your feet, but you gotta feel my heart so you can keep the beat. You can keep the beat. Woohoo!
All right. Good job.
All right.
John. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. I am here with John Allaire. John Allaire is a well-known Canadian musician. He's been in the business for 20-some years.
22, I think.
22 years, released 9 CDs, and his latest CD is John Allaire Ghosts of the Royal Motel. Fabulous. I love this one. I actually have played it in the car all the time. And we are here today because John's going to give me the inside edge, the inside groove about making a CD. Now, I'm not bad. I'm not you, but I'm not bad. Tell me about the changes that have gone on. How can I release a CD?
Well, I mean, you're right. The things have changed incredibly. I guess when I was in my first band in town here, when we did our first, it was a record, it was an album, it was a vinyl, and everything was analog, and you pretty much had to go to a studio and get it done. Now you can do studio quality recordings at home. And depending on how far you want to take it and what you want to do with the end product, you can at least start things off at home and then take them to professional studios, or do a bit of both. The way I approach it is I do sort of put the bones down in the scratch tracks, take them to my other musicians that I'm going to play on the CD. We work out the arrangements and all that sort of thing, and then we go to the professional studio. And we go through the whole process there of putting down all the instruments.
So I've got a guitar. I'm in my basement. Maybe I have a half decent voice. I've got a computer. I've got some software. I've got a microphone. I can record some tracks. I can burn a CD and hand it out to my friends. Sure. The next step is using it to take into a professional studio. And if you're in a professional studio, what can I expect if I'm going to go into town? I'm going to rent some studio space. I'm going to have a professional engineer who's going to mix it for me, and I'm going to get a better quality CD. What can I expect? What should I expect going in there?
Rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. You really have to know what you're doing, because a lot of younger musicians or people inexperienced go into a studio and then bring their musician friends in, and then they start practicing the song right there, and that's costing you anywhere between $50 and $150 an hour to practice, right?
So you want to show up knowing what you're going to play.
Knowing your arrangements, knowing the songs, and knowing exactly what you want to do. Mixing is the next important step, and a good idea is to have some reference CDs, or some music that you really like, Springsteen or whatever. Bring it in there and say, this is where I like to place the vocals. I really like where the vocals sit in this song, so let's see if we can work it out in the mix that my vocals sit in the same spot, and take advantage of professional producers and mixers from other albums, and emulate them. You're not stealing anything. You're just sort of conforming to an industry standard. And then the next step is, after you've got a good mix, then it's mastering, and that's generally left to professionals. There is some mastering software, but mastering's difficult, because if you do it yourself, you might not make that industry standard level.
Right.
And mastering is really just sort of putting the shimmer and the shine on the CD itself at the end.
John, you have offered me some wonderful advice, and I appreciate it. So I'm going to try and cut a CD. I think I'm going to take the part where I just go in my basement and I play around a little bit. I don't think I'm quite ready for the professional thing, but at least I can release a few to my friends. Let's pick up the song. What was the name of the song we were playing?
Keep the Rhythm.
Keep the Rhythm. Here we go again.
Keep the rhythm, go on display on that shelf, 'cause the time it took, keep that to yourself. Keep the rhythm, you know that you can't tap your feet. You gotta feel my heart so you can keep the beat. Can we switch to the other side? 'cause the hotel lights are flickering in my eyes. I appreciate